you're finally getting in shape, you're finally building a good body that you're confident, that you're proud in, that you're happy in, and you're finally getting attraction from the opposite sex like you wanted. And now a lot of different people is in your life, a lot of different girls are in your life. They're giving you love, they're giving you admiration, they're wanting to see you, they're wanting to do stuff with you, and you start to go and see all these different people. You start to enjoy yourself, have a good time. Granted, you're only human, but you're starting to have a good time. Suddenly 6 months has went down the line and you haven't truly developed yourself, worked on yourself, helped yourself, and you've almost confused yourself a bit more in regards to who you are, because you've been doing stuff that isn't necessarily right for you, that you knew isn't 100% right, and more so just wasting your time on something that doesn't truly matter, that is just extremely external. I remember back in the day when I started going out and getting a lot of attention and getting a lot of attraction. I got so caught up in this cycle of going out and getting attention and getting with someone and maybe meeting them the next day and doing all this stuff. And I got so caught up to the point I thought women were everything back then. And I never even truly developed or helped myself back then. I was in a position where I was lost. I would describe myself as lost, but people couldn't tell I was lost, if that makes sense. People can tell because I'm quite good at putting on a demeanor that doesn't look like I'm lost, but I was lost. So what did I do? I turned to going out, drinking a load, and trying to attract women to feel some validation instead of focusing on myself and making real results in my life. And it wasn't until probably less than 2 years ago that I started focusing on myself and trying to get real results in myself. And the message is going to be in this: you don't want to get too caught up in the bullshit. You don't want to get too caught up in the drama and all the stuff that doesn't truly matter, because it's easy as a young guy, especially, let's say you start off insecure, fat, hating yourself like I did, and then you get in shape and you're a bit more confident in yourself and people are giving you compliments and people are liking you. It's easy to get caught up in that and get caught up in that cycle that isn't truly positive, because you are getting caught up in the wrong people that aren't the right fit for your life. So let's say, for example, people you meet on nights out, a lot of times they're doing a lot of drugs, drinking a load, and not helping themselves and not benefiting themselves, and they don't have the best qualities more time. There's some really good people, don't get me wrong, who obviously go out, but on the grander scale of things, most people I've met I don't truly connect with on any level. And that's a terrible thing, really, isn't it? But because they got a pussy, you want them. As they're a girl, you want them and you want to be around them and you can meet them and you can do whatever. When in reality, that isn't truly fulfilling, really, anyway, because that isn't a real person. That's just someone for a little bit of time. And granted, do whatever you want, you know, do anything you want, within reason, obviously. But if that's the right decision for you at that time, do it. If you haven't experienced stuff like that, do it. But when you get to a period of time when you've experienced that stuff, you start to understand the insignificance of that stuff. Start to understand that it doesn't really do much for you after a while. For example, let's say me getting attention now. I've had a lot of attention and a lot of attraction. Now it doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't do anything to my mind because I'm used to it somewhat and I understand it a lot. But without this fitness journey and me getting in shape and all this stuff, that stuff wouldn't have came. But you need to understand that that stuff can be taken away as well. Or you can be caught up in a lifestyle that isn't right. Something wrong can happen as well. I just want you lot to not get caught up in this stuff. There's a lot of things going on in these places, the people you meet and the girls you see, or all this stuff. Or let's say your friend group, there's a lot of things going on with, let's say, friends who you knew from school, or things going on and this person's done this to this person and this thing's happened to this person and this person's seeing this person now and they're doing this now. That doesn't fucking matter. Like, you don't even care about it at all. But because you're around these people, you got to pretend like you care about it. And you don't care about it. And if anything, that's taking more energy out of you than giving to you, when you could be working on stuff. And this is what I've understood. When I started focusing on me as a person and on myself as a person and where I want to be on a level, like who I want to be on a personal level and where I want to be, things started getting a lot harder. This is not what people tell you. Things started getting a lot harder because I broke away from people in my life that weren't a right fit. Therefore, I had to look into myself and understand who I was as a person. And that's hard. And then you have to start grinding and you have to start trying. And things don't go well straight away. It takes time for things to go well. Say, for example, now things are going well, but it takes time for things to go well. And that period of time teaches you a lot about yourself. When things aren't going well and not going your way and you keep going, that teaches you a lot about yourself. And I wouldn't change that for the world, me taking away time from these things that I don't care about, these people I don't care about, and getting too caught up in this drama with people that don't matter in my life. If it's a real person in your life, obviously that's completely different, but don't get too caught up in all this stuff. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, and there's not really much returns. After you've experienced a lot of stuff, there's literally not much for it. There's not much returns for it. Better off just applying yourself, and then let's say, for example, once a month you treat yourself and go somewhere. You're better off doing something like that instead of getting all caught up in this random lifestyle with these random people you don't care about, who get you in this drama that you don't need to get in, and trouble that you don't need to get in, but you're around them because they're giving you something that you can't give yourself, and you just hurt yourself. And you really just hurt yourself. You don't want that, man. You don't want that. How does that fulfill you? How does that fulfill you? How does that fulfill you in the future tense? Let's say you get with a random woman. Let's say the first time is really impressive, or I'm really happy about it. Let's say you do it 7, 8 times. Let's say the 9th time. Is it going to really fulfill you? Is it really going to make you feel really good about yourself? You may have people who hype you up about it, but are they even right people in your life? Because you would want friends who hype you up for finding a good girl. You want friends hyping you up for doing well in your business or achieving something. You don't want these people, man, who hype you up for something that isn't really all that. Because that same person who you're getting with is probably getting with someone else that same week. Probably 3, 4 days later, someone else. So you need to understand that this stuff isn't really worth it. Bits of it here or there to experience it, obviously. But don't get too caught up in this to the point you're not even achieving anything in yourself. Don't get too caught up to the point you're not achieving anything in yourself, because that's going to be terrible and that's going to hurt you, and that's not going to make you feel good. That's going to be the true message in this video. I don't want you lot wasting so much time on bullshit that doesn't matter, people that doesn't matter, friends who don't have your back, people who are not right for your life, and you think, oh no, because I've never had it, or because I want their love, like you just stay in that. When in reality, why are you staying in that? Why are you staying in that? It ain't pushing you forward. It isn't helping you. But because, oh, I've known him long, or because, well, my other friend's in that group and I don't want him to be funny with me because of it. You don't help yourself and you don't improve yourself, and you almost give too much of yourself to people. Don't do that. Don't do that. Same with random girls. Don't be giving yourself 100% to them if they're not a right fit. If you know there's red flags, if you know they're get about or whatever, don't be giving yourself to them. Be smart with yourself, because a lot of times it takes away more from you, and them, they're just going to carry on doing that, but it takes away more from you. And if you got aspirations and goals and a person you want to achieve, the later you start, the further away it gets away. And that's what you need to think. If I don't start now, if I don't apply myself now, it's just going to get further away anyway. So if I'm not trying, then it's just getting further away anyway. I'm just delaying it, and that's a terrible thing. So you need to start trying, and you need to start going for it. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself here or there though, but what I'm saying is be disciplined a lot of the time. And don't get caught up in stuff that doesn't matter, stuff that doesn't help you, and stuff that doesn't serve you. That's going to be a true message in this video. Hope you got a lot of value. If you want to achieve your dream physique, that you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you're grateful and happy in yourself, like I've helped quite a few people do now, shoot me an email at reallouis23@gmail.com and I can help you from any starting point. Thank you.